Okay, your name is Sunny?
My name is Sunny.
Okay, and you're with VIP?
I'm with VIP.
Okay.
Actually, could I get your name and date of birth, please?
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Okay, well, what I have going on is I have a lot of police corruption. I have an abuser. I believe that he had someone gang stalk me. I've had people multiple assaults. People pulled a gun on me. I was on a DART train. And July 4th, 2019, on the Green Line, I remember everything. And the driver trapped me on the train while I was getting threatened by some boys. He wouldn't let me off for like 3 different stops. It was supposed to stop and it didn't stop. So then he left the boys off because I was telling him to call the police. I did the emergency, hit the emergency.
Emergency stop?
Yeah, the emergency alarm.
Mm-hmm.
Because it wasn't letting me off the train while these boys were threatening me. And to me, that was an emergency. I reported it to the police, but they didn't do anything. So with the abuse that I experienced, he sets up all kinds of things like that to keep me in a constant state of terror. So I've had multiple false arrests. They put me in isolation when I'm in jail for no reason. They deny products. So what do I do when there is police, law enforcement in the abuse too?
I'm so sorry. I don't know that I can help you with that. You may want to speak to a lawyer. So do you know about legal aid?
So what happened? So when I have an assault and someone pulled a gun on me and you can't help?
No, ma'am. So,
okay, I don't know why people can't help me everywhere I go. No one is willing to help me. That's why I've been in this experience for a year. This is Victims Intervention Program?
It is, and we help people who are victims of crime, but we have specific criteria.
So because it's the police, you can't help?
Unfortunately, I cannot help you with police corruption.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, what about the assaults and someone pulling a gun on me? How do we get me protected? I want to go into hiding and witness protection and all that, and I can't get resources, or I'm getting denied resources at many different locations.
Okay.
And assistance.
I cannot help you with witness protection. We don't do that. This is a program where we do counseling for trauma, and unfortunately, due to your diagnoses, you do not meet our criteria for counseling.
Diagnosis?
Yes, I read your chart.
What are you talking about?
I read your chart, your medical chart from the times that you were in the psych on floor 17 in Parkland.
Okay, let me make sure I understand. I called out the blue and asked for information on assistance for information with VIP.
Mm-hmm.
From that call and me leaving my number, you have found my chart, pulled it without my permission.
To your chart.
So you found my chart, pulled it without my permission. I've told you that there's police corruption. You're ignoring it. And you're telling me due to my diagnosis, you can't.
We can't provide you with counseling, and that's what we do here. We don't do protective orders here. We don't do legal issues here.
It's not a legal issue. It's abuse. I've had assaults. But everywhere I'm going, they're denying services. When I came there, the police came in. When I came there in person, the police came and made me leave. So I don't know if the police is behind why all these places keep denying me services and being dishonest with me and trying to make me think that I can't get, that I'm not, I don't qualify for assistance, but they're actually denying it.
So have you been to Metro Care?
What in the world does Metro Care have to do with someone pulling a gun on me and I have multiple false arrests?
So they may be be able to help you with counseling for that?
I will have multiple false arrests, ma'am.
Okay.
In the in the teens.
I'm so sorry, but I cannot help you with that. That's not what VIP does.
Okay, well, I'm sure that you can find an agency that can help me, right? That's
So
what you do is victims.
Metro Care could help you, or Legal Aid of Northwest
For
Texas.
the false arrests and the assaults? If my abuser has the police department on his payroll, Metro Care can help? Are you trying to frame me, ma'am?
Beg pardon?
Are you trying to cover for it and want me to go to Metro Care to get assistance for all the false arrests? Are you denying services?
I am saying you do not meet our criteria for services. I can connect you with Legal Aid.
Okay, so if you are a victims intervention program, if the person that is the abuser has police affiliation, what do you do? If a person is battered and bruised, someone pulled a gun on me and pulled the trigger, put it up against my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that he was being controlled by my abuser.
Okay. I cannot help with that. VIP doesn't help with stuff like that. If you have...
Victims Intervention Program.
Victims Intervention
They told
Program,
me, I was told initially that if people wanted to get services, you don't deny them.
Okay, so I'm not denying you service. What I'm saying is you do not meet our criteria, and I can refer you elsewhere.
Okay, so what is your criteria that I'm not meeting?
You have some severe mental illness.
Okay, so if I have severe mental illness, what's your name again?
Sunny Hogan.
Sunny Hogan? Okay.
My legal name is Susan.
Okay. Why in Itasca, Susan, did the police come and they were trying to frame me for mental illness then too? But the police came and it said I evaded arrest and assaulted an officer? They're dismissed?
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. If all these things are in my head and there's not corruption, why would police lie? Why did someone pull a gun on me and you're denying services? And why, when I call just to get minimal feedback, are you telling me you pulled my chart without my permission and I didn't even sign anything?
Mm-hmm.
Why do these police keep covering for all these things that happened to me and keep lying in the police reports? Why did why did the courts lie and say that that they took custody because I assaulted the officer and evaded arrest and I told them I didn't? Why did they lie off in the administrative review? Like 15, 20 lies. So maybe that your information, why did APS not want to take the report that we're getting exploited? I don't appreciate you claiming that you pulled my information without my permission. I just called to get information, and then you have no right to tell me I have a severe mental illness, and you haven't even heard my side. Why did Parkland take the phone out my room? Why did Parkland take?
I am going to refer you to Legal Aid of Northwest Texas.
Why did Parkland take the phone out my room when I was calling CPS trying to report the child abuse and trying to call around and make sure I can go to court and report the corruption?
I'm so sorry.
No, you need to know. You said you think I have a severe mental illness. Let me tell you. When I was in Parkland, when I was calling to Salvation Army and calling the police trying to report that they lied on me, first off, why did Salvation Army lie and say I was blocking traffic when I was just sitting there? It's on camera footage. That's not a mental illness. I reported that to, I reported that to the police, and I reported to Parkland employees that they lied on me and it's on camera footage. I told them that I was getting exploited. They called Parkland VIP last time when I showed them footage. I talked to a woman that wasn't corrupt. She called the police and Parkland VIP. So when I found someone that wasn't correct, she called Parkland VIP and they denied me services. If I showed it to someone else that wasn't corrupt and she called the police when I showed her my videos.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying isn't making sense. I told them when I came in there on those false pretenses that I wasn't blocking traffic or the police.
Okay.
So what
I
do
cannot
you have
help
false?
you with that.
Well, no, I
cannot
want
help
to
you
clear
with
my
that.
name, because if you're
If you-
railroading me, ma'am, I want to know where you got this feedback from, because I'm trying to tell you the truth. I was sitting down on the courtyard, and multiple armed, to like 2 or 3 police came, rushed me, and handcuffed me and took me off. And I told them I was sitting there on the bench, look at the camera footage. But no, they wanted to haul me off. Then took my property. I still haven't got it back. I had money in there. I had my phone. I still didn't get it back. They won't compensate me, period. But I'm trying to figure out how you think I'm mentally ill, and I told them all that. So are you what Dr. Toes said that I was mentally ill? That way they can get sued. Because I told them that I was not blocking traffic. I was sitting down and I was getting railroaded. Would you please report it? Because I've been trying to report it for years, and police keep covering for it.
Okay.
So where did you get that information from?
From your chart, hold on. You have had admissions since 2019.
Right, 2018 when I had the admission, I was trying to report my abuser. I at Parkland. Hold on, ma'am, hold on. I tried to report my abuser in 2018. Because they retracted and said that they didn't put me in Parkland. In 2018, I was trying to report my abuser for stalking. And I went to Parkland Police because multiple police departments were corrupt and denying reports. So I went to Parkland, and they detained me for trying to report him. So I went back to Parkland, and I told them that that they said that I took a paper in that said it was true and factual events out the Northern District Court. And then they retracted and said they never detained me.
Okay.
So what it looks like I'm being railroaded, and you're denying services because you're covering for it. If I told you what happened and I have police reports and I have proof, why are you more concerned about a mental illness? Does mentally ill people not have rights and they can't get protected and they have to get violated?
Okay. We can't do protective orders. We can't do anything about police corruption.
Well, what I'm trying to, but you were more concerned about my mental illness and pulling my chart without my permission and doing all those things when I was just inquiring about services. But you've already called me and checked all off into me when I was just inquiring about services without my knowledge. So, and then you didn't call me on time. You waited a day or so to call me. I guess you were pulling my information or getting your story straight with someone, ma'am. But here's the bottom line. If I'm telling you all this information, why are you more concerned about a mental illness than a false arrest where my daughter was present screaming in terror?
Okay. I told you I could connect you with legal aid.
But I want to know why they lied and wouldn't let me go to court when I was at Parkland. That's a right, a constitutional right that I have to go to court if they claim I was mentally ill. But the doctor was lying. She said that she did an assessment with me and I was mentally ill, and she didn't do an assessment. So then she changed it.
Okay.
And I did a police report reporting that the doctor couldn't get her story straight. Okay. But here, no, you need to know this is a big deal, ma'am. I've said a lot of amazing things, and the only thing that you seem to be worried about is that you can't help me and that I'm mentally ill. If I have all this going on, who can help me, ma'am? Because everywhere I go, they're denying services.
Okay.
They know way too much about me, like it's staged and someone has talked to them. Because I did not sign anything for you to get my information. All I did was inquire about services, and you already know who I am, which I don't understand how. If I called and left my number inquiring about services, and you call me back telling me you know who I am, and I'm mentally ill, and all I did was call and inquire about services, I haven't talked to you. I haven't signed anything for you to pull anything. All I did was call and say, yes, I want to know about services. She said, yes, a counselor will call you. But things like this has happened before, like someone's telling them to do it.
Okay.
So I don't know if you're really from Parkland VIP, ma'am, because I get calls like this all the time. I don't know who you are, but I want them to stop, and I want people to get the consequences they deserve. Because I thought that you couldn't pull information without me signing something to say that you could pull it if you're really from Parkland. VIP, Victims Intervention Program. Why are you more concerned about me being mentally ill than protecting me from an abuser that has set me up with multiple false arrests? Where I had a gun pulled on me, where I had assaults, got trapped on a train. It's camera footage, ma'am. That's not mentally ill camera footage.
I am unable to help with police issues.
No.
I'm unable to help with legal issues.
It's not legal issues. These are crimes. But what
that is a legal issue.
And I don't understand why the police came to VIP and demanded that I leave. And then when they said that I can get service somewhere else, and I didn't. I had to sleep outside because of them.
Okay.
And I was in fear for my life because the police were involved in multiple false arrests, and my abuser has the police on his payroll or in his pocket.
Okay.
So I don't know why all these calls are like this where people can't help. It's been going on a long time. Maybe the feds can figure it out. I don't really believe you. I think that you're denying services. I think that someone has talked to you, if this is really a call, a real authentic call, because I got calls from the people that said they were the police department and different other things, CPS. So I don't know if this is an authentic call or what's going on. But I really hope the FBI get to the bottom of this, because I'm getting tired of getting services denied everywhere I go.
Okay.
What's your extension there? Oh, this is your direct number?
This is my work cell.
Okay, and your name once again?